Hi, Lucas. I see that I'm a minute or so late here. I had some sound issues. Hopefully, you can hear me. Let me know if you can, Lucas. Let's see. You still here, Lucas? So we're gonna wait for some more people to come in. Like I said, in previous ones, we usually wait till we have quite a few people in here, just so we're not giving away the main thing right at the outset of the video. So about 10 minutes or so in was when we'll do the giveaway. Um, we have a pretty small group of you, so if you're not even aware of what the giveaway is, there was a book I did, I guess maybe, I think we finished it around March. It's called Werewolves and Unicorns and Other Mythical Creatures. When I completed the bowl, I was able to do be a part of the anthology. The group was called The Hundreds here, The Hundreds, and everyone got a little short story who wanted to and was committed to doing the project. And so there is 28 of us. We got a short story in here, 4 pages apiece. And so there is my pages there. So I'm giving away one of these today. I have two left as well. So if you're interested in those, if you don't win the giveaway tonight, there are 22 a piece is the cover price on them, plus shipping. So if you're local, it's probably 5. If you're international, 10, possibly 15. I don't know. But if you do want one, email me at jaketheartist@yahoo.com, and just mention from the stream interested in buying a copy. I accept PayPal, all that good stuff. So let's see here. Who else is in here? Is it just looks like it's just Lucas so far. We've got the Gray Man in here. Hi Gray Man, how you doing? And Ryan. Nice to see you, Ryan. So I've got my Surface over here as well as I'm glad to hear that. Thank you, Gray Man. So I've got my Surface as well as I'm looking on my phone for the main camera here because it's the better camera than the Surface, oddly enough, even though that's a more valuable piece of technology, I think, anyway. So hopefully soon I will be getting a better camera that I can hook up to my Surface, and then I'll be using the Yeti for the live streams too. But for whatever reason, I don't know if it's just mine in particular, but I haven't been able to get, even with the converter wires and everything, been able to have where the Yeti doesn't have some sort of sound delay or anything like that. So, but these are pretty good, but they're not, if you're accustomed to the ASMR quality mic thing, it's definitely different. But these are good headphones, but they're not the same type of audio. So they're more used for gaming and online multiplayer, all that good stuff. I'm almost tempted to throw this Surface in my lap here. So, and then one of the kids was nice enough to pour coconut milk on my wife's laptop, so she's actually using my Surface for her photo editing. So she's got her external hard drive hooked up to it. I don't want to mess with that either, so I'm trying to be careful, but still read the chat from you all as well. So if you guys aren't familiar, I mean, when I do this, I typically run the Q&A here for about an hour or so. You can ask me anything you want to. I used to do these weekly. I'll probably try to keep doing this at least once a month, probably just to keep it consistent first Thursday of the month unless otherwise specified. I do like doing the live streams. I like ASMR and comics and all that stuff, but I also like just getting interaction, just because it's nice to, get to personally read your comments and interact to them live as opposed to, typed out. But I am pretty fast when I do respond to comments on the videos and stuff, but it's just, there's something fun about live streams. So anything you want to ask me, feel free to. So, and then I also have beside me as well, I have the actual original pages from the project as well. So these are the unlettered pages here. So when you do a comic book, you're supposed to do it on these giant boards that are 11 by 17, and they've got like blue line on them and stuff, so you can see the borders. I don't know if you can really make it out there with the camera or not, but yeah. So here's my original pages. And if anyone's interested in these as well, for just pencil and ink stuff like this, and they're large pieces, so they are around, I want to say 150 or so. My colored stuff is around 200 or higher just because of the materials used, but this is, just pen and ink, pencil and ink, so it's not really too expensive, but it is hard to kind of, when I ship these, I put them in a nice hard plastic top loader is what it's called, like the big huge ones. So just because I want to make sure that they're safe when they're shipped and all that good stuff. So there's a bit of legwork into it. Yes, he is a killer unicorn. I figured with the anthology that there was going to be a lot of unicorns that would be killed, so that's why I chose to go the other direction. But as I read the anthology, there wasn't a whole lot of murder in the book at all. So I came off as kind of a twisted individual. So I don't typically write like horror stuff or dark humor. So, but it kind of just went that direction. So kind of something unique and different because I try to typically make my stuff all age appropriate and everything. But even on the last page too, like it's not graphic. It is all darked out here where you can't actually see. But, I just thought it was a nice way to make it pop. So let me see. I saw a nice large one here. Least favorite comic book term or most hated character. Like someone people love but you dislike. I guess a better way to word it. That is an interesting question. So let's see. Most people love but you dislike. I don't know. That's I'm pretty easy to please, so I try to remain positive, and I don't have a lot of negative things to say. Oh, really? Yours, Wolverine and Gambit is yours, huh? I do like those guys, so I can't say them. I mean, probably. I think there's probably more popular, at least right now. It seems like there's more popular Marvel characters than DC characters. DC has that handful that's really recognizable, like Batman and Superman, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, Aquaman, Flash. Those are like the main ones that everyone likes. So, I mean, I like those guys. Um, but Aquaman's not really popular, so. And he is probably, out of that group, the least excited I would be out of those. Um, I don't know. That's a good question. Ryan says, mine is Batman. I love, love, love Batman. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, that's true. The writing has definitely shifted a lot, especially in the recent years. We've seen, um, yeah, we had him go toe to toe with Darkseid recently and stuff. So they've definitely stepped it up from just being, a rich billionaire who can fight crime to, something totally different. So yeah, I can understand frustration there. I think just because, and I was talking with another person through a lot of comments about this. I think what happens a lot of it is the writers are just trying to like just kind like make it different on purpose because the characters have been around so long. You know, we've got like what 80 years of Batman now, and same goes for Superman and stuff. Like it's hard to just continue on the way that it's always been. But it's hard too because you know there are certain people like you know we like our heroes for a certain reason. You know, like there's something to certain heroes that we respond to. So if you change too much of that, then the character no longer becomes appealing, or you know we just stop collecting or buying that character altogether. So I think that's a lot of what's happened with the modern stuff. Marvel's done a lot. DC's going to start to do it with their 5Gs event or whatever, where they're trying to do pretty much what Marvel did about 3 or so years ago, where all the flagship characters were shuffled around. So they're going to have Lucius Fox's kid, who was I think his name was Batwing before. He's going to become Batman. Superman's son is going to become the main Superman. I forget the other characters, but I know those two personally because those are the ones I follow. So that's kind of frustrating. But I mean, I'm more inclined to follow up with the whole Superboy Son thing just because I've already been reading, you know, the Super Son stuff and everything, and I do like that character, even though to me, like Superman is always going to be Clark Kent, you know, even if they do some weird hokey pokey thing for 2 years, status shift or whatever, like there's going to be that piece of me that's annoyed when you know you go to reach for your Superman book and oh it's actually his kid, not him, you know. But the whole thing with Lucius's kid, like he already had his own series and it wasn't selling. So why would you move that over into the regular book? You know, that just doesn't make a lot of sense. So, and I don't know what the other guys are doing. So, let me read some more here. All right, Grayman. Well, thanks for stopping in. I appreciate it. Yeah, there's definitely a delicate balance, Ryan, for sure. Where are we at right now? Okay, so we're 12 minutes in. I guess we can do the drawing here. So I have my lovely Batman soup container here. About 3 weeks ago is when we put the video up. So the winner, I will respond with the comment that's there that says, "Hey, you won." And then when you see that comment, email me at jaketheartist@yahoo.com and give me your mailing info, and I'll get your book out to you. And let me know if you want me to like sign it and stuff too. I can do that. It's just, you know, the standard book right now, but I can, you know, do whatever you want because it's your book, you know. So, okay, let's see. So, we've got a thing pulled here. And Cyclones 30. All right, that's Cyclones 30. Congratulations, you've won. Yeah, I like doing these giveaways and stuff, so if you didn't win, don't be discouraged. We have plenty more stuff on the way. I'm trying to figure out when we're going to do our next big giveaway. I'm still in the process of trying to get the previous one out because that person is in a interesting spot to try to reach with packaging, so we'll see how that goes. It is an international one. So, but about half of my viewers are international, so I don't want you to miss out. And especially like there weren't too many items. My first one, my issue with it was like 100 comics, which was maybe 10 or 15 pounds or something, and shipping that international as well. That one was you know financially a little bit harder than you know a stack of maybe 5 or 10 books or so. Like I'm still always worried about customs and stuff like that, but I want to keep doing this. You know, I want to keep doing the drawings and stuff like that. I mean, we can even do like possibly do actual like drawings of drawings that I've done or things like that, stuff like that we could do. But I know that Emerald City in March coming up next year, which in my head it's always I think like this year, even though like this year's not done. But Jim Lee's going to be there. So one of the things in the giveaway will be a Jim Lee signed book. So, that's a pretty big name to have in there. So if if you're on the fence about sticking around, if you stay subscribed and follow the channel, you'll have that chance to get a Jim Lee signed book eventually. So, and there's quite a few other bigger ones, not to the extent I'd say like Jim Lee, but so yeah, stick around, and even if there's kind of a dry spell with some cons, I would even go out of the way of like going through like Dynamic Forces or something and purchasing like a signed book to throw in there, like a really cool one. Like I know in the past I've gotten like Greg Capullo's Dark Knight's Metal #1 signed, because like he only typically does California, New York, so stuff like that. Like even if there's not a ton of amazing guests at the con local here in Seattle, like this is just the one I get to go to because it's not that far away from me. But if there's people out of the who never show up or something like that, I'm definitely inclined to check out online and purchase something cool signed as well if I don't feel there's enough of a bolster in the giveaway. So yeah, stick around, and yeah, because we're definitely going to do some more stuff like this. So, do any of you guys have any questions or anything? I haven't seen a lot from any of you guys, really. I think the one I recognize here the most would be Lucas. So, but I mean, I'd love to hear your thoughts or any questions or anything that you might have for me. Feel free to throw them out there. I am definitely not caught up on my haul from last week. So far, the only things I've read have been King Thor. I'm really liking this just because Jason Aaron and Asaba Ribic, their initial arc on Thor was really good. Like the first, I always forget how many issues. I want to say at least it was 12, maybe 16 or something like that. The God Bomb, God Killer saga. So, but the main villain from that has come back, and this is their way to close out, those elements of that bit of the story. So, this doesn't deal with the whole Lady Thor, Jane Foster thing so much as it's just like Thor's confrontation with I'm blanking on his name, but the God Butcher or whatever you want to call him. So, finished that. It's got 2 more parts to it. Really enjoying it. And then the Silver Surfer Black came to a close. It will be interesting to see what happens with this character too. I've always been interested in the whole cosmic and philosophical side of the Silver Surfer. This has really psychedelic artwork. So if you're into like abstract stuff, for sure, check it out. It's not for everyone. There's quite a few people who aren't a fan of it, but it's something different. So like even at like the outset here, you see like it's a very like modern art type style there. Trying to not have the light hit it. But that's the only page that's really like cubist like that. But so here's a double page spread here. So yeah, good stuff. Just really unique, fun to look at. And then I didn't read these, but we've already read them in the past. They're just on my to file away. And then I've read all of the, the Spider-Man in Absolute Carnage tie-in. Yeah, continues to be good stuff here. Not really sure where they're going with the 2099. I love Pat Gleason's work, though. He did a lot of really great stuff on Batman and Superman, both for DC. I was actually surprised when they announced him coming over to Marvel. I'm assuming that Spider-Man is just a character he's always wanted to work on, and he's had a pretty good record with what he's done at DC, so it'll be interesting to see what he does with Spider-Man. But I did notice the coloring in this was really, it seemed more embellished, so it kind of like added a level of like paintery style a little bit to his work. So I'm not sure why they're doing that. I think his style works better if there's flatter colors. So like, let me show an example. Yeah, like a lot of this type of stuff, and like I said, I don't know how well the camera picks it up, but there's, you know, they get like highlights on the cheekbones and stuff and all that. So, and then even like this image up here, usually this would like all be flatted typically, or, you know, definitely not having the extra highlights there, maybe some shadow on the end of the face, but it's like they're trying to give it a three-dimensional look. So not really sure about the colorist on there, but so that's what I've read. So I still have like 20 something books to read maybe, but to be fair, you know, this was like a month's worth of books, so this is part of the stack. And this is the rest of the stack. So, but I'll probably be cutting back on most of the Marvel stuff, just because most of it, the stuff I showed you, I've been enjoying, but everything that's not that stuff, I'm just kind of not excited about right now, which would be like the regular Avengers, which is the whole saga of the race of Ghost Rider. No, Hulk's good too, but Hulk wasn't in that one. Mortal Hulk will continue, but after that Thor ends, that's probably going to be it for me. I'm not super huge on that character, but I really liked that creative team, so I want to see them stick it out. And then what else? I'm gonna pick up X-Men. I'm gonna keep reading X-Men, but I'll be dropping Iron Man. Like, they're doing brand new reset pretty much for most of the stuff. So that's the thing. Like, when they reset, it brings in new people, but it's also easy to get off, and it's, you know, just been financially difficult patches. So I don't want to have it be where the hobby and this channel becomes, you know, where it's a financial stress thing. We don't want that to happen. So I definitely want to continue to do this at a pace where it's enjoyable, and, you know, we don't have to worry about making sure we're current on all of our bills, because even too, like, the shop is part looked at a little bit as bills too, because it's, you know, for this channel, and then the shops too. Basically, you got to get your stuff cleared out of your boxes within a month. It hurts the shops, it hurts the owners, it hurts their inventory. So if you do have a pull box, make sure you're getting in there and getting your stuff cleaned out at least once a month, because when they sit on that inventory and then something happens, that puts financial stress on them too. So I know it's hard, especially, you know, there's a lot of interesting things to check out, but sometimes you just kind of have to do a wait and see type of thing. So let me see some more comments here. I saw a few of them. Mango, hey Jake, just wanted to pop in and say hi. Really been enjoying your content lately. Appreciate all your hard work. Thank you so much, Mango. I'm always glad whenever you comment. I want to say, I can't count how many of you there are, you know, but as you guys know, like, I'm very responsive to comments and questions all the time. Like, you know, I pretty much run the channel from my phone for the most part. So, you know, anytime a comment comes up after I post the video, there's a comment, I get the notification, I respond right there. You know, if you ask me a lengthier question, I'll typically respond with a lengthier answer, you know. So I really enjoy doing that. I enjoy the fact that you guys have an interest in me and in the channel, and, you know, I want to make sure that you keep coming back and let you know that I care about you too. So that's the easiest way to view it, you know. So if you, and, you know, there's tons of people who watch the videos that never comment. So, you know, the fact that you're taking time out and you're doing something extra that a lot of people aren't doing, I really appreciate that. So, but when I see so often, whenever, you know, after a while, I see even an obscure name, like, I just think of you as Mango Bed, not Mango Bed 717, but I see that name, and I know all of the interactions we had, you know. So it's just cool. It's nice to be able to see those people and to see you as, oh yeah, you're a regular viewer. So I really appreciate you sticking around and supporting the channel. And it's been, I've been doing this for almost 2 years now, and I think I've been reading comments from you for pretty much from the start, if not, about maybe 5 months in when I started, because my channel at the outset was super, super small. So, but also too, I mean, if you guys want me to promote you, if you want shout outs and all that stuff, I'm happy to do it. The whole point is just to share and support. I'll gladly sub for sub. I don't care. I don't think that that's a low thing to do. Like, I do it all the time within the ASMR community and all that. I want to have time to watch everyone's videos, but I certainly have a moment to be able to help you build your sub count so you can get monetized, or you can grow your channel and all that stuff. And I might pop in and watch a video once every couple months or something like that, but the least I can do is throw you a sub, because it's all about the community. We've got the ASMR community and the comic book community, and it's something that it's not a common thing. And there's very few channels, especially that regularly upload, that are devoted to both of those things together. So thank you if you're on either side of that fence for being a part of this channel, because this is a unique experience. So thanks for sticking around. And yeah, so any other comments you have, let me know. Like I said, I am just here hanging out. We're about 26 or so minutes in. So I definitely have like so many, I want to do so many more videos too, but it's really frustrating. It's really hard to schedule with everyone's time and everything and all that good stuff. We finally have a space upstairs now, but it still needs to be cleared out before we can utilize it as a Yeah, we already did the giveaway, Pewdie, but we do have, like I said, we still have 2 copies of the book. If you're interested in one, email me, let me know. These ones are to purchase, so they're 22 a piece, plus 5 shipping if you're local. If you're international, probably 10 or something like that. But we did miss this giveaway, but we're always going to do more of them, so don't worry if you missed this one. I do appreciate you showing up. I know that you're also one of my very loyal viewers, so thanks for showing up, and don't worry, there's going to be plenty more. So, yeah. I was mid-thought, though. Where was I? Yeah, you're welcome, Pewdie. I totally lost my thought. That's good. Oh yes, talking about we got a space upstairs that I can utilize, but yeah, the piece of it, we've got to clean it up, and then getting more additional stuff to make it be a space where we can use for recording and all that good stuff. Because yeah, I do the show from my bedroom, as most of you know. So, and I do share that I am married, and then I have 3 kids on top of that, and then we babysit other kids. So there's very few moments when there isn't something going on that involves noise. So, but I try my best to work around it and make stuff for you. The major thing, the Blue Yeti is a very sensitive microphone. One time I was doing a video in the bedroom here, and it picked up my wife in the kitchen cracking a Coke can open. So, super sensitive mic. Although, when I've reviewed my past couple of videos, I might turn the gain higher again, just so it has more of, where you don't have to turn your phone like all the way up to really hear it. So, but if it's, if it's loud or whatever, you can always turn it down more than, you can only go so high on your volume thing. So, like, I've noticed, especially when I would, like, sometimes I'll like check to see how the sound and visual quality is on a video. So I'll notice, like, when I'll like test one on the bus or whatever, whenever I'm doing my commute in the morning, sometimes like it's hard to hear it over like the bus and things like that. So I'm like, maybe you could probably turn the gain up a little more. So I might do that, and then if it is louder than you expect, you can just lower your phone as opposed to max volume, and then, you know, you're talking about how you would like to do more vids. But yes, for sure. But it's going to happen though. But it's a matter of just lining up all the pieces right now, and then we've got some not too great work scheduling stuff going on. We've got guys who are going on vacation, and I'm going to have to fill in quite a bit for like the 3 month period that I might not even have my normal vacation I normally take during the holidays. I usually take a couple weeks. I'm not sure I'm even going to be able to do that. So, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, I mean, I have, the thing is, I have so many books right now. Like, I'm maxed out on space. I have listed some of them on, like, I think the app's Let Go or something like that, and Craigslist and stuff. And but it's like they're still not moving fast enough. So it's hard for me, and then it's hard for me to figure out what I really, really like and what I can easily let go. And that's hard too, especially because there's like bits of Batman and Superman that I really like, but then there's other story arcs that aren't so great that if I sell them, then it's like I have a huge gap in the middle of my collection. And then like the bookshelf with my trades is maxed out too. So I'm trying to let some stuff go, but I've got too much. But it's like I look at it, I'm just like, oh, I could do reading videos for so many of these things, and then not getting around to it. Like I still intend to finish Frank Miller's Dark Knight for you guys, so I need to do that. Whenever I did the Halloween reading of the Marvel Zombies, I'm just like, I still gotta go back and finish the Frank Miller one. So, but I do want to finish that. But I want to do, more readings. The thing I struggle with, the thing that's the hardest for me, is I don't want to cut into like the actual comic sales. So it's like if I'd read like a book that just released, I don't want to be the reason why someone doesn't pick up the new Batman or whatever, because they're just like, oh, I don't need to buy it because he's just going to read it on his channel. I don't want that to be the mindset. If you like a story, I want you to read it and support, the creators. So it's like that's the thing I wrestle with the most, because I want to continue to see, artists and writers be successful. I want to continue to see more people getting into the books and stuff like that. But I do wrestle with that piece of it, as well as supporting your local shops, because there's so many of them closing. So it's difficult. But it's like I would love to read brand new stuff too, but at the cost of views, do I want to financially hurt the industry a little bit, even if it's just a chunk of it? Like I don't want to do that. So I don't know if you can hear that the train just arrived there. So I normally cut out trains and planes from my videos quite a bit, so if you do hear those, don't be surprised. I'm in an area where all that stuff is pretty frequent, and you'll probably hear another train in about 10 minutes. That's typically the schedule of them. Whenever you start to hear them, it's like they just keep coming for stretches at a time. So, but I mean, I'm always open to suggestions that you guys have too. If there's any certain series or something you want me to look at or read or whatever, feel free to let me know. There was a guy who recommended. I'm trying to remember the name of the book now. I could pull it up. Well, I'm streaming on there. I think it was called Sword Daughter, and it was an image book. It's about like a girl who's raised in like the Viking setting, if I remember correctly, and it's like a mini series. It's like 8 or so parts long. The last part's not out yet, but all the others were. So he recommended it in a comment, and then I like read the whole series. So I thought that was cool, but that's an instance where it's like, hey, that's great that I got a recommendation from someone, and it was a really good series that I enjoyed. It was a little on the mature side, so that's a word of caution too. You guys know I like to keep it pretty wholesome, so I am a wholesome guy. I don't personally post any like mature content on the channel or anything like that. So, but if I see like redeeming properties in something that has elements of like graphic content in it, if it actually tells a story, then I'm okay with it. But if it's like violent just to be violent or swearing just to swear, I'm not really into that. But if there's like an actual story involved and, they're just showcasing humanity in there, showing how messed up people can be or whatever, then, that works. But if it's just there to be there, then that's when I'm not okay with it. So, but that one was good because it really just showed like the harsh environment and everything, and just this basically like this father and daughter just trying to survive sort of thing, and some really brutal stuff happens, and she is essentially trying to finish what was started at the beginning of everything, which initially wasn't even clear what had happened, but as the story goes, you get little pieces of it. So it was really interesting. So Priscilla, thank you so much. I'm glad you enjoy my channel. Yeah, stick around. We've got a lot more stuff to come. And anything you want me to check out or want me to read or anything like that in a later video, feel free to let me know too. I am always taking requests. So, but I'm just not sure when I'll be doing, the next big thing. I think the obvious point would probably be like 2000 would be when we would do our next huge one. But it's, every now and then I'll get like a little something that's kind of cool that I can do. A mini giveaway like this with. This isn't going to be something that's too much of a financial burden. Like I said, it'll probably be maybe $5 to ship this out. So I'm not really concerned about it. I have lost my water bottle lid, and I'm more concerned with that than I am shipping that book right now. So I guess I would just drink this. Yeah, so for the video this week, it's been a while since we did a previews flip through. So this weekend will be a previews flip through. It'll be a whispered video. So if you're wondering what this weekend's video, that's what it'll be. So it's been a while. I think it's been maybe 2 or 3 months because my local shop, they stopped doing the whole previews thing. It costs them a certain amount of money or whatever to get the previews shipped. So I'm signed up through like the pull box online through previews. So that's what we do there. But the other guys from the secondary shop, I'm able to get it from them. So that's what we're doing. And I think just the last one or so was, I think the main thing with the last one, like the cover on either side of it wasn't really something that I felt would I think like the thumbnail would be a little too risque or something. I think one side was Vampirella on the cover and the other side was, something else. I think this month's is a little better. I think I'm trying to remember. I know one side is the John Boy cover, so I'll probably use that as the thumbnail. I'm trying to remember what the book is though. It's the guy who's all white with the red dot. Valiant comic, I believe. I'm blanking on it now. I'm sure one of you know who it is. So, yeah. Does anyone have anything else? There we go. See, Bloodshot. Yep. Yeah, and he's been around forever, too. Like, he's those characters you see and you're like, oh, yeah, that guy. And then he's just, they'll just be blips on the radar. So, and then I think he's got, like, there's a movie where Vin Diesel's playing him coming out. And then the guy who played the Green Ranger did like a fan movie with him. But basically, like, I think they had already 100% completed that. And then, like, the people who made that film were kind of ticked that they didn't go with him. I think it's, what is it, Jason Daniel Frank or Jason Daniel... Jason... It's a 3-part name. I think it's Jason David Frank. I'm sure I'm wrong. I'm right. There we go. He's a really cool guy too, though. He's got a YouTube channel and stuff where he just takes you through to see like his extreme life, all of his. I think he's done like a thing where like he jumps out of an airplane or whatever, and he shows like choreography, fights and stuff like that he's done, and so he's a cool guy. He's a positive role model type of person, and he's a positive guy. So check him out if you're wondering what he's been up to. And he's been out to Emerald City, I think, twice in the past 3 or so years. So I didn't expect to see him twice like that soon. But then that happened with Stan Lee, and then he passed away too. So, and never did I ever think I was ever going to meet Stan Lee. So that was probably one of the main highlights of my life. Like, because where I grew up in Mississippi, and I grew up in a nice area in Mississippi. It's known as Ocean Springs, and the Biloxi area too is known for the casinos and stuff. But at the time, stuff was just starting to develop over there. But they didn't have like any comic conventions or anything like that. So if you wanted to see those guys, like it was really difficult to be able to do anything like that. I think they used to have a convention in New Orleans they would do. I think Wizard used to go out there, but then they didn't, and now they're back out there or something. But either way, I was a kid, so I wasn't hopping on anything to go to New Orleans to go see some creators. So, but now I can just get on a couple buses, and then I'm there within a few hours or so. So, really neat opportunity that, like I said, I never thought I would be able to do, and I've been able to meet a lot of people whose stuff I've really enjoyed. So, and then anytime I meet a creator who I know has been influenced by Jack Kirby's work, I always ask them if they met Jack Kirby and if he said anything to them. So out of all of them, I think I've got Eric Larson, Kevin Eastman, and Bruce Timm to all share their stories with me. Everyone else didn't really have any. They're just like, oh, it's just fanboy. And even so, Bruce Timm was like, oh, it's all just like, I think he told me to stop crying was what he said. All right, Mango. Sorry to hear your computer's cutting out, but yeah, thanks for stopping in. Or Bruce Timm was like, yeah, he asked me to stop crying. But Kevin Eastman was just basically telling me that that Kirby was encouraging him to just I think he said something simple to the extent of like, if you like to draw, then you'll like what you do, or something like that, or I don't know. It was something really really simple, and then he shared with me that his favorite thing that Kirby had done that influenced him was Commandi, which at the time I wasn't really aware is pretty much DC's version of Planet of the Apes, with other humanoid animals as opposed to just apes. But it made all the sense in the world as soon as he said that. I checked it. I was like, oh yeah, certainly, because the Ninja Turtles and everything leans very heavily on humanoid animals. So, but that was cool because I never, once again, I never thought I was going to meet him either. So, and then when I met Eastman, and we were actually in like a room of like 200 or so people, so it was like just like a small like classroom sized little panel building on a Sunday evening, and we all just had this hour-long hangout with Kevin Eastman. So that was cool too. But yes, I've just been very fortunate. So I'm just glad to have those experiences and to be able to pass them on to you guys, and hope to continue to have good experiences, because comics has always been something that has been a part of my life, at least to the point of where I was attempting to read. I think I've said like 4 years old or something like that was pretty much when I started to do all that, just seeing the pictures and reading over my brother's shoulder and stuff like that. So it's just always been a mainstay, so, but yeah. All right, anyone else have anything? I'm always tempted to see. I know that they've put a few more like hero games out recently. Spider-Man is like I think the best one that they put out that I did like a live stream a year or so ago. But I don't want to like just make stuff that's kind of common. But I know that they put out like the Avengers Switch game a little while ago, so I might pick that game up maybe at some point and do some sort of a gameplay video with it. The main thing I have a passion for is trying to figure out how to get another Elgato though to be able to do videos with my old retro superhero games, because those are the ones that I really enjoy, that I've just been a part of my childhood that are fun, and I have a Game Genie now, so I like games, old games, but I'm horrible at them. So with the Game Genie, I can actually see all the levels, even though it's pretty much cheating, but it's fine. But and all the new ones are, they're pretty involved, but they're not. You don't get like brutalized if you suck at them, but the newer games don't really have that much of an issue, like because there's so many autosaves and stuff with like Spider-Man and the Arkham games and stuff, which those are incredible as well. So, but Arkham games are are kind of a thing of the past, but there might be another one in the works with the whole Court of Owls thing, from what I hear. So that might be cool, but I don't know if they'll do it or not. So might do that as a video. Anyone else have anything? Not so much? Alrighty. Oh, we still got a little bit here, so if anyone's got anything, feel free to let me know. Yeah, I think when is that Avengers game coming out? I think it's coming out. I think it's coming out later than I remember. Like I thought it was actually going to come out this year, and then they're saying like I think maybe March of next year or maybe May even. I don't know, but with the initial character designs, I wasn't really sold on it. They look kind of odd. There was a Avengers book put out a while back. I want to say it was called War Crimes or something like that. I'm trying to remember who wrote it and stuff too. It was like an original graphic novel, but like how they had drawn Captain America's armor in there is looks pretty similar to that, which looked like it had like kind of like riot gear where it was like padded and stuff as opposed to the scale mail. And everyone kind of looks a little bit odd. I don't think they got like the permission for the likenesses of the characters and stuff. But I mean, like even like Steve Rogers, his hair is more like super super dirty blonde as opposed to like a lighter blonde and stuff. So the characters, they're kind of designed a little bit where they don't look even if they can't look MCU, like they still look even slightly off from the comics. But I saw that later on in the game, you can actually get custom suits and you can put them in their, they're like they look really good in their other suits. Just the in story ones aren't so great. Oh, my popped out. Are we good? Hopefully we're good. Let me know if you can still hear me or not. Okay. Let me read your comment here, Ryan. He's really good, and the main character is Miss Marvel, and that blew my mind. Yeah, that's what I hear. Okay, thank you, Priscilla. Thanks for responding. Yeah, from what I hear, it's gonna be like you'll play the first chapter as the team, and then something horrible happens. Something happens where everyone gets separated, and then you're Miss Marvel for like Act Two or whatever, and then you'll slowly regather the team, and then you reach your the penultimate chapter of everyone being a team and looking legit and all that good stuff. So, but that's my understanding of it. So that'll be interesting. I know that they're trying to do more things with those kind of characters too. It hasn't really worked too well as far as comic sales. Like most of those books don't sell as well as like the regular flagship characters. So this will be an interesting way for them. Plenty of people play the games and stuff. So it'll be interesting to see if there's any more response for the character based on having the ability to play her in the game. And then I know they're supposed to have a Disney Plus series with her, I believe. But I know they're trying to focus on some of the newer characters, but I I think it's kind of better to just kind of softly insert them into things as opposed to just 100% solo outing. Here's this you know lower ranked character if you want to put him next to like the established characters. Like Iron Man sells immensely higher than stuff like Miss Marvel and stuff like that. So, but it'll be interesting to see if they're able to like have them where they're in there and then garner more visibility and recognition, and then have them where they do better. Because right now it's not working out. Most of the books like that have not sold well. So, but it'll be interesting to see. Because yeah, it's like I said, books have been around for a long, long time. So they do have to figure out how to adapt. So okay, we got. All right, thank you for coming, Priscilla. You have a good night. So, yeah, does anyone else have anything? We've got about 10 minutes or so left. And then I know they're working on the next Spider-Man game, so that'll be interesting. I haven't heard really much about it, but I know it's happening. Oh yeah, we do have Disney Plus is coming out. I think it's next week on the 12th, maybe something like that. So I don't know at the outset if there's even going to be any of the original Marvel content on there yet, but that'll be something to check out as it drops as well. I think the major thing I'm going to be interested in will probably be the Marvel What If series. That's going to be, I guess they're all animated, so but some of it's going to acknowledge the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but then some of it's just totally going to be 100% random. I think they're probably going to do one with the Marvel zombies. I've seen an image of like a really messed up, rotted version of Captain America and stuff like that. But it could have just been like a fan thing too. But I think it was actual concept art. I'm not sure, but so that'll be interesting. But I think I had in my head a different approach to it, and then I saw it was going to be animated. So that'll be interesting. And then yeah, but they've got just a lot of oh, okay, that'll be interesting. Yeah, I think they're trying to cash in on that as much as they can. Disney owns Marvel now, so they're trying to wrap everything together. Yeah, that's correct, Luis. Yeah, if you talk to most people who run shops, the books do not sell to the extent of holding a candle to the bigger established characters. Like they definitely have tried to put more of a positive face on it for sure. But if you do look at the numbers of it, yeah, they do not sell as well as a whole. Like there might be certain shops and things like that might sell more of them, but just if you want to look at everything all in all, they don't sell as well as the characters that have been around forever. So yes, to answer your question there. Okay. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, that's one of those things like you don't, especially like if you're just from the customer piece of it, like it's you don't tend to be aware of these things. So, but if you look at more of it, you're looking at internet articles and all that stuff. If you get into the really nerdy side of it, you see more stuff. So it's just kind of one of those extra little things. It doesn't affect the story for you. Like if you like it and you enjoy it, great, But it's just an extra bit of information. So yeah, that's correct, Ryan. Yep. But if you're a fan of the character, that's good. Everyone has someone they enjoy. So if that's a character that you respond to, then that's good. So we don't all have to like the same thing. That's the nice thing about having so many different um, characters and all that stuff to choose from. Like it's becoming just more and more unique and interesting. So I was mid thought too. Where did I go? Well, Let's see. Oh, well. So you just started to read them? Well, that's good. I'm glad that you decided to start picking them up. Yeah, it's when you have graphic novels, it's definitely it makes it easier. It's kind of the equivalent of like Netflix, binging, 6 issues together into one book is preferred as opposed to waiting each month for a single issue of a comic. So I have way too many favorite comics. I have my favorite character personally is Captain America. This goes all the way back to when I was like 5 years old. I was gifted a Captain America Toy Biz action figure. At the time, I hadn't really seen much in the way of Captain America, so I saw that toy. I thought it was really cool and unique. It was really bright, with all the red, white, and blue colors and everything. So at that moment, I was like, okay, I'm gonna start collecting this character. And at the time, I didn't really know or understand that character, but from there, that's when I started to say officially, like, I'm gonna seek out and look for Captain America stuff. So, but Batman and Captain America are like this close to being like my favorites. And they both kind of have the element of, they don't have invincibility and stuff. So, I mean, they can technically get killed. So, there's always kind of that element of drama to it. Although recently, especially with like how Batman has done so many crazy things with, like I mentioned, like going toe to toe with Darkseid recently and stuff. Like they have played with skill set a lot recently, but I've always liked the side of those guys. Just they're guys who are human, who can definitely um, get killed, and they have been. So, but yeah, there's just an element of it that just seems like it's more interesting to me because of that. I like too many books though. I did a video on it. If you check on my just on my videos and even playlists and stuff, it's maybe 2 or 3 videos. It's if you look at the thumbnail, it just says my favorite comics or something like that, and that's a super long video. It basically goes through all of my favorite books that I have ever read, and it's kind of like a timeline too. I go from this little library book I got that collected like classic Jack Kirby Captain America with bits of John Byrne Captain America, and I think even another creator as well. But so yeah, I would say if I go for everything 100% overall and all, favorite stuff is Jack Kirby Captain America. It's just so bright. It's very bold. Um, that impacted me in a big way when I was a kid, just seeing how he conveyed action and stuff. And we've definitely seen different styles since then, but Jack Kirby did so many things that were dynamic in comics. And he worked on most of the Marvel books, but like I said, since Captain America was the character that I was collecting, that's the stuff I saw first, so that's what I responded to as my favorite. So yeah, but like I said, I've got a video where tons of books. So if you're interested in seeing a very long video where I go through probably like I don't even know. I've like a whole bookshelf of books plus some stuff from my boxes. Feel free to check it out. But my main stuff that I really enjoy is like Captain America, a Batman, Superman, uh, some X-Men. Really enjoy Spider-Man a lot. He's got a lot of interesting villains. There's bits of Daredevil I liked when Bendis and Maylev did Daredevil. They did like this really dark like crime drama thing that was really cool. Um, just tons of stuff. I've been more inspired recently by a lot of independent stuff. Ninja Turtles are pretty huge on there. I've been reading more of like the original stuff that as a kid I wasn't able to just because that wasn't something like the comic was more mature than the cartoon was, so and the comics weren't really accessible. So I've been going back and reading those and enjoying them, and then like the Tick. I don't know if you remember him from the '90s. I've gotten most of that series completed, so I've been enjoying the Tick a lot. Just different things like that. So I've been inspired by a lot of these guys who had independent characters that were their own, and they've just ballooned into something bigger. So, and as an independent creator myself, it's just nice to see people who created interesting comics and characters, and got successful from it. So that's hopefully what will happen with the Bull. I am trying to grow more as an artist and perfect my skills before I release issue number 2 of the Bull. But about a year or so ago, I released issue 1. I do have digitals of that available. I'll have a link to, if you look on most of my videos in the description, there's a link for it. I'll put one on this video too after the stream is over, if you're interested in that as well. So. Okay, so yeah, Luis, it hid your comment, but it let me see it. I guess they said you typed too many in a row. But yeah, thank you. Yeah, if you want to check out that video, like I said, by all means, do it. It doesn't feel like it was 9 videos ago, though. That's crazy, because that would have been like 3 months ago. Or maybe 2.5. I don't know. I put out at least one video a week if you're new to the channel. I promise on a Saturday video, at least one, because of scheduling and stuff. I'd like to put out more, but because of scheduling, I can't commit to more. So, but I do promise my viewers at least one Saturday video. So sometimes it's later depending on YouTube's buffering and stuff like that. But for the most part, yeah, you can ask most people, and they will consistently say check on Saturday, usually towards the later part of Saturday, sometimes like right at nighttime, which is perfect because it's supposed to put you to sleep. So, but but yeah, favorite villain or villains? I mean, same kind of thing. A lot of my love for villains has been informed from Batman the Animated Series. Apparently, they rewrote a lot of origins on that show. So, and I had no idea that because I was a little kid when I watched it. So, like, I really enjoyed Two-Face and Clayface and Mr. Freeze and Joker, like those guys, the Riddler. Like, I really enjoyed the villains based upon the animated series. So when I think of those villains, I always think about their personalities on Batman animated series cartoon. And so that's why like those guys are my favorite villains. Um like if I just go right to it, I would say, yeah, Batman's villains, and they're recognizable. They're usually the ones that are talked about most. Spider-Man's ones are pretty cool. If you look at it though, they're all pretty much just like animal themed villains, but they're iconic and they're fun. But I like how the Batman ones, they added more of like their personalities to them. They gave them dramatic backstory. Mr. Freeze is just trying to like revive his wife and reconnect with her. Two-Face deals with the whole schizophrenia thing, and then the scarring on top of it when he was just trying to do the right thing. Riddler, just has this bit of him where he is just trying to be the smartest man, but yet he always is outsmarted by Batman. So it's just fun. And then the whole Clayface thing, the act where he was just trying to regain his physical appearance so he could be in movies again after a car wreck that just destroyed him. Like all of those stories were just really well done and made me really enjoy those characters. Oh, really, Ryan? That's cool. Well, yeah, I've been doing this for almost 2 years now. Let me see here. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, the videos, if you look every Saturday, you can hold me to that. You look every Saturday at least like towards the later part of the day. typically, I don't know time zones for different people, but if you look towards the later part of Saturday, I'll always have a video. Even if you look on like my channel banner, which shows like my bowl number one on a comic shelf, which is from my local place, which is I'm so glad that I experienced that. Having my book sell at my local comic shop was just a great experience. So, but if you look on that, the banner says like new videos every Saturday. So, but I have a ton of videos. I think I have 270 videos because for a while, before I had my new microphone, I was putting them out like every 3 days or so because that mic wasn't super sensitive. So I literally just plugged it into my phone and I would just, read or whisper over it. But the audio quality wasn't the best. And for an ASMR channel, like that needs to be something that is fixed. So since I've gotten this new mic, which was since February now, it's been harder because, like I said, it even heard my wife opening a Coke in the kitchen, even though I'm in the bedroom. But the old one, like you had to be, it was a shotgun mic, a portable shotgun mic, so you could literally like stick it right in front of you, point it towards you, and it would just pick up my voice. It wouldn't pick up kids and trains, and you'd get faint sounds of it, but it wouldn't be to the extent of the new mic. The new mic is jarring, and so now I have to go and post and like scrub the audio, and then I'm taking out bits of it before. Whenever I could start to hear a train, I could just pause the video and then hit resume. But with the new recording stuff, I have to play it all the way through, or it confuses when I sync up the computer's audio hooked to the mic with the audio, with the visual from the cell phone that I take the footage from. So just it's a lot more complicated editing now than it was before. So that's why. It's because there's just that piece of it is way more time consuming now. Oh, you found it 6 weeks ago. Wow. Well, yeah, trudge through it. I got a ton of stuff for you, but if you'll notice anything before the Yeti though, the audio is different, but I mean it'll still put you to sleep and relax you and stuff, but it's just one of those things. Like you have to have better audio if you're able to. So, and then I do have playlists as well. So if you click on playlists, literally every single video I make, I classify. So I have like ones for specific series I've read. Like I have all the Captain Americas I've read. I have all of I'm blanking on everything I've read, but I have like literally every single series I've read has its own playlist. Batman has a playlist. Superman has a playlist. I have playlists for the comic hauls that I've done. I have playlists where I'm showing off art books on there. I have the previews playlist. So if you're interested on a typical series, they're all there. So, but yeah, thank you so much. If you've just checked out my channel, I'm glad that you found it. We're certainly still in the growing process of things. I've only just been monetized or whatever you want to call it since September. And so I've been seeing some ad revenue, but you still even don't get paid until you make $100. I think so far I've made 28. Also, if you notice too, there are you can do super chats on here, which if you see on the little chat thing, there's a dollar sign. If you click on that, you can donate funds to me, and the channel gets 50% of that, and I think YouTube gets the other 50. But that also doesn't get. I don't receive that until I've reached the $100 threshold, I guess, or something. So, but yeah, and then the fact that I can live stream on my phone now because they took away that feature from anyone who didn't have 1,000 subscribers. So, and that's part of the reason why I wasn't doing streams because it went back to the garbage camera I have on the Surface is not as good as the camera that I have on my phone. So I didn't want to put out a visually gross looking live stream. So now I have the streaming back on the phone, but now I have to go one step higher and get a better web camera and then have the Blue Yeti with that, and then we'll have all of our live stream stuff sorted out, hopefully. So, all right. Does anyone have anything else? We're over right now, but if you guys have any final closing thoughts or anything for me, feel free to let me know. Let's see. How about? Yeah, you can. My PayPal is just Jake the Artist. That's my my email and everything. It's all hooked to that. So if you just go on PayPal, I'm not sure how it works exactly. I think if you just go on there, you can like put in your creator stuff or whatever, and then if you just put it's just Jake the Artist, all one word, Jake the Artist. Because that's actually, if you look, I have another channel. It's just basically like a couple art videos I did way back when, and I don't have facial hair there, but I review like my original Bull books when I was a little kid. That will eventually find their way here, but I don't want to spoil certain elements because I'm reintroducing them to the brand new readers, so I don't want to present that until those are out there yet. But yeah, so Jake the Artist, if you just put it there, and I think if you put it under, I think Family and Friends or something like that, I'm not sure. One of them basically gets it where like there's not as much fees or something like that. I think it's Family and Friends or Gift or something. So if you code it as that, we'll be all set. But if you want to do that, I greatly appreciate it. That's really nice of you. So, and yeah, I'm just doing the best I can, and I'm, just working my regular full-time job, and hopefully this will be something that will eclipse that at some point, but I have a long, long way to go. And I want to continue to build, my character's brand with the bull and everything. So that's, let me show off the book. So yeah, this is my book here. So that's my comic. So hopefully I'll be doing more with that. I'll be doing like actual drawings, videos on the channel and stuff too, but that's what I do. So so build that through the channel and through you guys supporting me, so we'll have a little bit more of a parachute to play with than just, YouTube, and then something might happen with it where, Oh, you're welcome, Louise. Oh, you're in Norway. See, that's what I'm talking about. International people, man. I try to open up to everyone. So thank you so much. You have a good night as well. All right, if no one has anything else, I'm gonna close it down in 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. You all have a good night and a super slumber. And check out the video Saturday. Thanks. Bye.